Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
The following content contains adult language and humor that is not suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome, one and all, to this edition of Pacific414 Pop Talk, coming to you live on the Pacific414 YouTube channel, the Pacific414 Rumble channel, and Pacific414 on X, along with Bear Norman Tech. I am your host, Mike. Cash is actually at a convention with his father today, so he will not be joining us.
Yeah, he's out there at that convention. It's a gaming convention, having fun.
One that he does twice a year.
Yeah.
Because it goes this time of year, and then he goes Memorial Day weekend, and
exactly. So, and he's making sure he has his opinion made when he's at that convention. So,
yeah, but we've already talked to him, and he, is looking forward to hearing how the stream went afterwards, and it's good that he's able to do stuff with his father and help him out for this gaming convention. It's a lot of tabletop games from what Cash was telling us.
Yeah, Cash should get more involved in tabletop games. That way, when he's there, at least, while his dad is whipping the young whippersnappers into shape in games, he can be out there
out there having fun and showing what he's got when it comes to a lot of these games.
Even though one of the first things he said he saw going in there was the purple-haired land whale sitting there. He goes, "Okay, I'm going the other direction."
Yeah, he actually did say that. But
today,
today we are going to watch a wonderful movie. At least I think this is a wonderful movie. It's based on real life events, even though it does, like a lot of movies based on real life events, exaggerate certain points and forget a few other points. But overall, this is a great movie. It's about three mathematicians who join NASA and help with the first orbital flight involving John Glenn back in the 60s. I didn't know if you were going to say anything, Baron. That's why.
No. I was letting you do the run up. I haven't seen it, and I know the long suffering has, so I can't wait to see it myself.
It's a wonderful movie, and I didn't get to see it when it came out in the theater, but when it came out on Blu-ray and DVD, I ended up picking up the Blu-ray DVD combo pack, and I really enjoyed the movie. And I know Lady Mist has seen it, and it's good to see
Mhm.
Lady Mist this morning. I hope you're doing well this morning, Lady Mist.
Good morning, Lady Mist. Lovely as ever with her wonderful little flowers that she gives out there, making this
Mhm.
winter a little more springy. Doing so.
Yes, especially at least for us right now. It's not only rainy, but we also have some high winds in the
Ooh,
area too. So
yeah, yeah. Well, here it's just friggin' cold.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the long suffering is actually better than this, Mike. She saw it in the theater, and I think she's proud of that fact. It's like, I did something you guys didn't do. Yeah.
Yeah, and, you know, this is a movie where if I got a chance to see it in the theater, I know I would have enjoyed it. Unfortunately, that summer I wasn't able to go see it.
Hmm.
But we are going to start this watch party. If you would like to watch along with us, the Cosmic link is pinned to the top of the chat on YouTube and Rumble, and on X, it is in the comment section right below this live stream. So
Hmm.
everybody is welcome to join. If you would like to join the panel, please let me know in the chat, and I can send you the channel via
Yeah,
the invite via DM if you would like to join.
yeah.
And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I am starting the movie in 5, 4, 3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
Ooh, look at that beautiful 20th century frog in that fanfare. Before they took Fox off.
Yep. Now it's just called 20th Century Studios
Yeah.
because it's
Or,
under Disney.
yeah. And they don't want to be associated with Fox. Even though
No.
they, you know, that's interesting how they did that. I see that.
And Lady Mist has joined the Cosme link.
Hi, Hi, Lady Miss Cosme. Optimus Prime?
No, no, no.
Oh, triangles.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike us who are SMRT, she's smart.
Mm-hmm. And thank you for reposting the Cosme link there, Lady Miss. Really appreciate it.
Oh, cool. Almost looks like Avery Brooks, a young one.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine traveling across country in one of those?
I wouldn't mind it.
Mm-hmm. Or even that.
Classic, classic, classic.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been to Hampton, Virginia.
But has it been to you?
No, I usually have to travel in to Whitbarren. Now remember, this does take place in the 1960s.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, look at that card too.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love one of those.
Give it a few.
Oh,
Yep. And sometimes you just have to give it a few taps with the hammer too.
oh yeah. Hammer's my favorite tool. Works great on computers.
Yeah.
Don't blame her.
No.
Ah, that looks Russian to me.
Yep. But it was a space race.
Yep. Russians did have unique rockets,
Yeah, they did.
and still do actually.
They kicked us in the butt to get started with our space program.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like I said, it was a competition between both countries. Who
Yep.
can get into space first? Who can get a human being up to space first?
Hmm. Of course, we hear the name Webb quite a bit with stuff.
Hmm.
I believe we got a telescope up there named the Webb.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's Sheldon
Yes,
Cooper.
that's Jim Parsons from Big Bang Theory.
Hmm. And yeah, that was a real concern about the
Hmm.
no. No. Mm. Exactly.
Hmm. Yeah, when you see the computer in this movie, it reminds me of what my dad told me about the computer that was on the campus of the college that he went to, and
Hmm.
just the way he described it, and
Oh yeah,
with all the vacuum tubes, and I mean, we're lucky we got what we have now.
exactly. They literally did. Those computers literally did take up an entire room.
Hmm. Hmm.
Wow.
Hmm.
Hmm. She looks nerdy enough.
Hmm. Again, NASA was looking for the best of the best for
Hmm.
the program.
Yep, she's right.
That hasn't changed.
No, in fact, it's probably gotten worse. That's why we got Elon shooting his toys up there
Hmm.
and rescuing our astronauts. Yeah, there she is.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember which astronauts one I saw in the one museum they had there, close to the launch site. It's like, holy cow, you had to be a. Bye bye shoe.
Yep.
He'll probably still be there when it's over. Oh yeah. Oh, I wonder what he did during the war.
And it's good to see Jace.
Chase, hey, Crazy Norsky, how you doing?
Good to see you, brother. If you want to join, the Cosme link is in the chat, but it's also pinned to the top of the chat.
Hmm.
And if you'd like to be on the panel, just let me know and I will send you a DM.
Yeah, man.
Not a problem, Tree Rock. Thank you for stopping by, brother. Appreciate it. And see the dynamic. People from all walks of life.
You can't deny pearls.
No. Again, remember, it's the early 1960s.
Yep, but it's still the boss bee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she's like that with a lot of the new up and comers. Doesn't matter. Well, I mean, she had
Oh,
to drop
I'm
the black
even
part
even
because
in even in jobs that you and I have had or anyone else has had. I'm sure we've encountered a supervisor who is that way.
oh yeah. High stress or pressure job.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Kevin Costner's character is an asshole, but Kevin Costner
Mhm.
does a good job playing the asshole.
Mhm. Well, it was a different world back then. When you had these people in there, it's like it's about the job, and
Yeah, it's about the job first. Feelings didn't matter.
yeah, hmm that's why he'd be an asshole, or seem to be. He wants, he wants,
He wants results.
right. If you are good in doing it, then. But if you're going to fail, he's doing a great job. You have to sometimes keep their egos in check too. That's why you have
Hmm.
to do that way. Redacting. This is my spot. Egos.
Hmm.
They definitely got the look down.
Yeah, they did. I appreciated the attention to detail in this movie.
Hmm And the hairstyles and all that. Sometimes a
Hmm.
lot of they have a hard time getting those looks down. And sometimes I wonder if it's the ego of the actors and actresses. But
Could be.
costuming, hairstyles, touchdown, best place to work sometimes.
Best ideas. And it's good to see the long suffering here.
Oh yeah,
That it is.
Making sure I'm behaving.
Mhm.
I'm glad they're putting music in of the era too.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, you got a lot of egos working in this field. Everybody
Hmm.
believes that they're the best of the best, at the top of their game.
Hmm.
So there's going to be heads butting, and
Right, and in many cases that is the case. They are the best of the best, and last person
uh,
in the room.
yeah, and yeah, Jim Parsons is playing one of the Brainiacs,
Hmm.
and some might say, well, he's being typecasted because of Sheldon. Well, this character's not the same as Sheldon.
No. Hmm. See, and that's a good boss. He's
Hmm.
explaining. You might not
He's
necessarily like.
explaining his actions, why
Hmm.
he is the way he is. It's results.
Hmm.
He can't be wishy washy. Not at this particular period of time. I mean,
That's
even the look
awesome.
of Kevin Costner, they got it down for this era.
Hmm. Oh, he's more for that. He loves doing period pieces.
Yeah.
If I have to have one of those, uh, buzz cuts, I'll have one of those buzz cuts.
Hmm. Little Ray Charles.
There you go. He's been abused.
But
Mhm.
I agree with her. Get your feet
Yep.
off my dashboard.
Yep. Mm. Cute little cottage houses.
Hmm. And you do see a lot of them around this area,
Mhm. Oh,
and of
there's
course
still.
the Midwest. And
Mhm. Sadly, some of them be gone into bad neighborhoods and been depleted, you might say, but they're cute. Look at that fridge
hmm
right in front of the window like that because, well, where do we put it? We never had fringes before.
exactly.
It's so small.
Yeah, back then appliances weren't like they are today.
No. Children and dogs all have that same time sense. It's
Yeah,
like you've gone for a couple hours and you come back. You've been gone for days.
it's been months since I saw you. It's only been two
Hmm.
hours.
Right,
You
exactly.
realize how long that is?
Now cats, they don't care.
Where's my food? Where's my water? I want
That's
out.
hmm hmm duck, duck and cover.
Duck and cover. Growing up in California, I had to practice earthquake drills and fire drills.
Hmm hmm Tornado drills here. She got a window seat.
Yeah.
That's true.
Hmm.
Mhm. Now you're doing your own job of tearing her down
Hmm.
when you should be the big encourager.
Yeah, you should support her.
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
That's human nature right there.
He's an officer and a gentleman.
Yeah, which is a good movie, very good
Mhm.
movie. Hmm.
What about the?
She put it right back on him.
Mhm. But her one friend doesn't have glasses, so there. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, and that And that's Glenn Powell, who was very good in Top Gun Maverick. And I will admit, I haven't seen him in too many movies.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's a better percolator.
With no coffee in it.
Mm-hmm. Chock full of nuts. Remember that?
Yeah, I do. My grandmother on my dad's side preferred that brand of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I was saying earlier, this is a different type of role from Sheldon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's intelligent like Sheldon, but very different type of character.
Mm-hmm. I don't understand language. No, no.
Happy Sunday to you,
Right.
DJ.
Oh, hey, DJ. Nerd.
No, I'm not a fan of the Big Bang Theory either.
Mm. I liked it. I liked it in the early years, but it really, yeah. I thought it went downhill pretty fast when they started turning into a rom com type of thing.
Mm. Instead of sticking with what brought it to the dance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't have any managers breathing down your neck. You can actually get the work done. Yeah, I can see where that gets annoying, DJ. Hmm. Well, I know it's you, DJ.
Everybody knows this DJ. And of course, DJ would know what type of mainframe would be. He's our
Mhm.
Sheldon. I'll take their word for it.
Math was never one of my favorite subjects. I'll admit that.
Hmm.
That's what you have to do. Think outside the box.
Hmm.
Of course, a picture of John F. Kennedy on the
Hmm.
wall.
Hmm. Hmm. It would have had Eisenhower not long before that, and
Mm-hmm.
LBJ in a few years.
Yeah.
It's like a modern day John Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've all dealt with someone like that.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Ronnie G clicked his heels together. Oh yeah,
Come
a
on.
little homemade hooch.
Yep. Mhm. She's feeling good. She wants to dance.
Yep. Kennedy, Kennedy, Kennedy.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you saying Kennedy, Kennedy, Kennedy reminds me of Ferris Bueller.
Bueller. Bueller.
Bueller.
Oh, look at that bus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. DJ just perked up.
Mm-hmm.
What about Five Tran? You know, one thing that is not believable in this movie:
Mm.
not enough smoking.
Yeah, there would have been a lot of smoking back then.
In the room where she's being the computer in the office. Yep.
Yep. That room would have been filled with smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And DJ saying Fortran is a high level programming language.
I bet you Five Tran is even more.
It says it allows the programmers to avoid having to learn new languages every time a new CPU comes out.
Mm-hmm. I hear DJ speaks it fluently.
Well, I mean, DJ knows his stuff,
I know he does.
and I like it that he
He,
shares it with us.
he's our scientific advisor. I'm not kidding. He is.
He's the Pop Talk Science Officer.
There we go.
He's our Mr. Data, Mr. Spock.
Funny. He ain't got no tips on the end of those years. Uh-oh. Those bastards.
They beat us to space.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, it muted for you, DJ. No worries, brother.
Well, the Russians were a little more reckless.
Yeah. They were flying at the seat of their pants, and
Hmm.
because again, this was a race between two countries.
Hmm.
Who could get up into space first? Who can get a human being up to space first? And
Hmm.
ultimately, who can get to the moon first?
The whip is cracking now.
Mm-hmm. Burning the midnight oil, so to speak.
Hmm. Exactamundo, exactamundo.
No. And, and this is a nice touch, actually using real footage, real video. And then, of course, splicing it in with what they shot for the movie. Yeah, yeah, that that wouldn't be surprising if there were a lot of divorces, separations, and
Oh, divorces, yeah, like alcoholism,
mm-hmm.
all sorts of stuff. Just high stressed.
Yeah, sleepless nights.
Hmm. Of course, the wise for those guys because it's like, are they going to blow up?
Mm-hmm.
And this is why they never thought we'd have home computers because it took rooms to have a computer in.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have computers on our desks that can
Yeah, we have
our phone.
computers in our hand.
Yeah.
We have computers on our wrists with the different
Hmm.
watches that we have now.
Hmm.
See, DJ already knew what
Hmm.
computer it was before they even brought it up.
That's why he's our scientific advisor. I'm so old. I consider this still advanced technology
Yeah.
because what we always grew up on seeing for computers.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I never got to see one of them in person, unfortunately.
I don't think I've ever seen. I just seen them in like videos and stuff.
Yeah, videos and books and
Mm-hmm. At least their makeup really didn't run much.
yep. And you don't want to slip in those heels.
Mm-mm. Cute little Nash that was out there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She got the breaking point.
Yep. I don't care if you're white, black, brown, yellow, green, purple, blue, all reach a breaking point at some point where we say enough is enough.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, you can see the wheels going through his head. He didn't know the situation,
Yep.
which is why
And
he's
like
not.
Lady Miss says, now he's going to get it.
Yep.
She has to run all that distance just to relieve herself.
Mm-hmm.
And what's she gonna do when she's in there? She's gonna be doing her work while she's in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't mess with the big guy.
Nope.
Yeah, that's so believable for a guy like
Yeah,
that. He has a job to do.
yeah. They all have a job to do.
Hmm.
They're a
Well,
team. They
yeah,
need
we
to
all.
work as a team.
Hmm.
There
And
can't be any division.
hmm except the aliens do be a different color, but we'll leave the conspiracy stuff out of this. But it's green. Come on in and get sick.
She's smitten. She likes him.
Yeah, yeah, and he likes her.
Yeah.
I just coughed in his hand. Yeah, I know the actual footage is
Yeah,
wonderful.
and like I said, that's one of the touches I like about this movie.
Hmm. See, we need a little more of this where you have ice water in the veins type things.
Hmm.
Because it's not a time for but feelings.
No, well, we need more of that nowadays. You need to have
I know.
ice in your veins.
Hmm. Yeah,
This shows the
they're.
length, and not just the United States will go, but human beings will go to advance themselves.
Hmm. And now we besmirch the advancers in because they hurt our feelings. I mean, just watching this, try to understand Elon Musk now.
Yeah.
He would have fit in right with those. There were so many sphincters that were so tight you couldn't pass a mustard seed through during all that.
And then several years later, John Glenn would go into orbit again.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, exactly, Lady Miss. I'm sure you're seeing what Lady Miss
Yeah.
said over on Cosme. She says, "Imagine if we hadn't had 900 years of the Dark Ages, where we might be today in space science." Yeah, honestly, we've been our own worst enemy. We've held ourselves back out of fear.
Well, now we're doing it because we're being stupid. Hmm.
Could you imagine? I know you had mentioned it before, but could you imagine him, for a flashback, maybe being a young Cisco,
Hmm.
in his early career in Starfleet, and
Hmm. look how beautiful that room is.
Hmm.
Oh, he looks familiar.
And DJ says he thinks they skipped the Dark Ages in a sci-fi book he's reading.
Well, honestly, there really wasn't a dark age with middle age, the Middle Ages, and there was a lot of advances that were done during that time, but it really exploded with the Renaissance.
Hmm.
Uh, it just was disjointed, you might say, because of no real central government type of thing.
Hmm.
But there were advancements in metallurgy during the Middle Ages that
Hmm.
would help us now, uh, which came about because of shortage of metals in certain areas. Also, with the ability to navigate, which again, important, to be able to sail not on the coast, but in open water.
Yep.
In ships that were able to that now had keels and were able to uh,
And,
move in the water so it wouldn't break apart again, which
and
helped
think
out.
about this too, Baron. Being able to navigate in the water also helped us get into space. You have to
Exactly.
be able to control the craft as it's accelerating up into the atmosphere, and
Hmm. You just have that extra factor of instead of going forward and to the side, you have up.
mhm,
But what was done then, they weren't necessarily written down, but it was like I said before, these by instinct,
mhm,
and that's how they learned. They were passed on through that, and people had those instincts. And of course, when the Renaissance came, you started getting more people writing this stuff down, and people
mhm.
were smart. And again, as I sit back and say, they were limited by what they had.
Smart to leave these records for us to find
Mhm.
and learn from.
Right. It just never besmirch what was believed in the past because were trying to do the best with the information they had and the technology they had and how sound it sounded at the time.
Mhm,
Because I guarantee you that all these smug assholes that we have today, from Neil deGrasse Tyson to Bill Nye the science fraud, and the others that go out there and besmirching left and right as intellectual peckerheads, they're going
mhm.
to be laughed at in 50 years for what they sat back and were trying to say. Guarantee you. Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Parsons' character is very smug. That's why I was saying earlier his character is very different from Sheldon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, more authentic footage.
Hmm. And even the special effects they put in there, they try to match because of the
Hmm.
blowing out of the the blowing out of the capsule door. You know? Yeah, that was a big controversy at the time.
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'll be right back.
Okay. See here. See, this is very on Sheldon. Hmm. Well, so yeah, because he's being a basically mathematic intellectual in this one who knows his stuff, and he's explaining, while Sheldon is just that, I don't know, prick. Yeah, DJ's starting a fight. It's the red tape situation. DJ salivating right now. Punch cards. Mhm. That's just the way things are. Has been the thing, something that has held us back. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say it. Paul's a prick.
Yeah. I love how organic this was. Get her a chair. Get her a chair.
Hmm.
It's not like they're acting. It's like it's real.
Yeah, that's what I like about certain movies when they have the actors just you know say the lines, but don't do it like they're acting. Do it like you're talking to somebody in real life.
Hmm.
It'd be like if I was with you and we had someone with us and I said, "Get her a chair."
Hmm.
No hesitation, no stuttering,
Hmm.
and it's not being a toxic male. It's not being a toxic human being. It's saying, "Get a chair." She's part of the team.
Hmm. Or he is, or it
Hmm.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Again, these people are on a different level because of the seriousness of everything.
Hmm. But are you seeing why your wife, your daughters, and I like this movie?
Hmm.
Seeing why Lady Miss likes this movie?
Hmm. It's showing advancement because of an achievement because of talent and ability. And it
Hmm.
doesn't matter who you are. If you have that, it's what is important.
They had the tools, they had the talent, they had to figure out how to get the job done.
Hmm.
Using the power of the human brain.
Hmm. The most powerful computer out there.
Yeah,
We've just gotten lazy.
we have. Mhm.
Poor Sheldon is melting down. I mean, I like that style. I like his style on that one.
Yeah,
I can I can understand that.
and I know some people don't like Kevin Costner in certain roles, but in this movie, he was a perfect man for the role.
Oh yeah, this was perfect for him. I bet you he wasn't even nominated. He should have been nominated.
You had her.
I agree, DJ. Just have to remember, all they are is tools to use,
Hmm.
not to be take over. Now you just sit over there and let us get to work. I can just see that.
Hmm. Welcome, Padawan. And DJ says actually the calculators might come in handy,
Yeah.
but I guess they just feel like fill the numbers to the JCL cards. Yeah,
Yep.
feed them. Sorry, he said feed them, not fill them.
Oh, automatic pencil.
Hmm. Yeah, it was revolutionary.
Yeah. Well, maybe she's fun when she's mad.
Maybe. Maybe they're both fun.
Oh God, had a wannabe.
Mhm.
I go, okay, sure, whatever. We're just a bunch of geeks in here, bunch of DJ Ronnie G's.
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
Not at all. Hmm. Yeah, just because it's old doesn't mean it doesn't work.
Hmm. What's old is new again in certain
Hmm.
cases.
Right.
And one thing I like about this movie is doesn't constantly give you exposition dumps.
Hmm.
How many of us watching right now have used an old typewriter?
Moa.
I have. I even still remember how to replace the ribbon.
God, I hated that.
Yeah, it was a pain, but you knew how to get it done, right?
Hmm. All it takes is a hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Hmm. Hint, hint, hint.
Mm-hmm.
When they had chairs like that.
It was a different time.
Yep. It literally was the lounge for the women in some of these bathrooms. The guys, well, you know. I can understand where she's coming from.
What's going on?
Oh my. Mm-hmm. Little giggle monsters.
Hmm.
Women are so emotional. How can they be in mathematics? I'm kidding. It's a joke.
He kid.
Wow. Well, usually it's get over it. Well, at least in my cases. Oh, you're all impressed about that mouse? Okay. You don't care.
Well, he's a cat. He's not impressed by much.
Yeah. See, he doesn't care if people are black, white, Asian, Indian, whatever. He doesn't care. You're human. Eh.
You're human. Your job is to get his food and feed him.
Right. He's speciesist. That's what he is. It's like cats on the high end. You humans, eh.
She's disappointed. She's devastated. But
He is
this is
too.
also, a part of technology, how it has taken away certain
Hmm.
jobs.
Hmm. It's nasty. Like they say, these jobs are temporary.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, probably. True. On the phone.
Hmm.
Just what a woman wants to hear. Older and fuller.
Yeah.
Really?
Get Catherine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they did a wonderful job with the cinematography and getting the
Mm-hmm.
different angles, and
Yeah.
yeah, he was running.
Mm-hmm. Computers are
And
nice tools, but
yeah, and DJ saying it really did happen. They came up in the documentary.
mm-hmm. To be able to work that fast.
Yeah, now it's to try to get to Capcom as quickly as possible.
Yep.
If only Nikes were around back then.
Oh yeah.
This is where you need a golf cart.
Yeah. But look what happened with Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Should have moved faster.
Yeah. If only they had cell phones, they could have called the office.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on, Padawannabe. I don't believe that. Yeah, it is a badge of honor. A literal badge of honor.
Yeehaw! Bye. Mm-hmm. Sounds about 10 hours inside that capsule.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Of course, that's Kirsten Dunst.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, last one out turns off the lights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anybody who argues that they didn't have the precision, they did. It was
Yeah,
called the human component.
that well, that's because that's how much of a slave we've come to technology. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Of course he knows.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. A lot of
You talk
Breslin
about a
machine.
tense moment. You talk about a real tense moment for everybody, not just John Glenn up there in the capsule, but everybody on the ground. And
Mm-hmm. And dare I say, even Russia.
hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Fooled you. No, just kidding. You can breathe now, people.
Because let's face it, during this period of time, especially with the Apollo missions, there were failures.
Mhm,
But this was one of the first major steps
mhm.
in accomplishing that next mission, which was the Apollo missions. And DJ says Capcom versus Marvel.
Yeah.
Excuse me. No, no Forrest Gump.
That they did. Wow. There she is.
Mm-hmm. Anytime, Lady Mist.
Oh yeah. Very good movie. Excellent movie.
Yes. As I've
What?
said before, I want to make sure that we have watch parties that we show good movies.
Right. I mean, it's good to show a movie that shows the struggle, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not a constant whine and cry, bitch and moan. This is showing exactly what it is. You gotta plow forward. You gotta, no matter who you are,
Mm-hmm.
and show by the merit of your character. Just like King said, you know, it's who you are, not what you are.
It's yeah, it's not what you look like.
Mhm.
It's not your disability. It's not you know
No,
your the color of your skin. It's what you bring to the table.
right. And it brings into it to a level also of f your feelings because we got work
Mm-hmm.
to get done. You're offended. There's the door.
Yeah,
We got work to do. We got people's lives at it.
the
I
clock was
don't.
ticking.
Right. This is why we are so against DEI.
Mm-hmm.
None of that was DEI that you had here. They proved their worth. Yeah, their struggle was harder, which makes the
Yeah,
victory even greater.
And DJ Ronnie G says it also throws a monkey wrench into the space isn't real argument.
Hmm.
But everybody in this movie was wonderful.
Hmm. Yeah. Space Force.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop
Well,
this.
I don't know who's spewed to hate about this movie. I don't know anybody, but
I don't know of anybody who's
I live a
spewed
sheltered life.
hate about this movie.
I live a sheltered life, so you know.
Like I said, I saw it when it came out on Blu-ray and DVD. I picked up the Blu-ray DVD combo, gave it a
Hmm.
watch, and I loved it.
Hmm. Very good, and I love and everything about it. I mean, the work that they did to get you the feel, the costuming, the hairstyles,
Hmm.
the sets and locations, and how they made them look, as close to possible as the past.
Yeah,
It,
as close to possible to how it would look in the late 50s, early 1960s.
hmm exactly, and and it was just nice and refreshing to see a film about the struggle without the incensus. Obviously, yeah, there's breakdowns because of frustrations in your life, which were played beautifully in this film. Um,
Mhm.
and but it was realistic because, well, it's based on a true story. Who wouldn't have had those breakdowns? No matter who, again, that doesn't matter whoever you are. When you're the low man on the totem pole of frustration because no one's giving you the time of day. Now it's even worse because you're a woman and you're black. It's like, who wouldn't have a breakdown? And the the other aspect about it all, a lot of those people that were in there, especially Kevin
Are
Costner's
based
character.
on real people.
Yeah,
And DJ, thank you for joining us this afternoon. Really
yeah.
appreciate it,
Thanks,
brother. You have a good
thanks,
day,
nice.
my friend.
Yeah, I mean, he was so wrapped up in the mission that he didn't necessarily see anything outside of that. So
Hmm.
what she was going through didn't cross his mind because it's just, I'm having the job. I need the right person to do the right job.
Yeah, I
And
need the job done now.
mhm,
There can't be any kind of delay, any kind of
mhm,
holdup.
right, it's an obsessive.
If you can't do the job, I'll find someone to do it for you.
Right, because people's lives are on, you know, are counting on us.
Yeah.
It could be even more than just the astronaut. What if that thing came down in the wrong area?
And hello, Fodub and Admiral Teague over on the Rumble side.
No, really. Rumble, rumble,
Yes.
rumble. I don't have my rumble up. That's my fault. I'm a
No, and
bad
it wasn't
boy.
coming up on the EV side, so I
Yeah,
had to look at it over on the Rumble side.
I'm a bad, bad boy. I should pay more attention to rumble, but I don't. The thing is, I'm going to go a little bit even more with this. This movie teaching about how we have shorted ourselves and how much we've slouched to go more. And I'm talking about education. I'm talking about uh, we don't, believe in ourselves with our mental capacities. We have
We
gone
don't
out
push
there.
ourselves like we used to.
Well, because we have the computers and all this other technology to do the job for us. Now, before Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson got their fingers into the Dune saga, a lot of people speculated that the fact that being slaves to technology, slave to the machine that they had in Dune, wasn't the fact that you had robot overlords cracking a whip on us, but more in the fact that people were just so enslaved to the technology that they have regressed so much,
Hmm.
and that's where the revolution came into, which was it became a religious, you know basically religious movement, a religious crusade. But the Butlerian Jihad, and when you had that going, and then it's like, okay, now we're going to focus on our minds. The Mentats, working computers, the spacing guild and the navigators being able to do all this in their head uh, to pilot these ships, and of course, the Benny Gesserit's just being a pain in the ass,
Yeah.
but trying to push social and probably even human evolution. But that's what some people, which I really preferred more than what Brian J. Herbert, where it was your typical trope: the robots took over and they're smashing us and blah blah blah. Uh, when you we become slaves in it, we should look at the Book of Dune and actually look at it that way when they talk about the enslavement of humankind to technology. In many ways, we're there. I mean, what happens when the computer goes down? What happens when the internet goes down? What happens when the power goes down? People basically start, panicking. What can I do? Where's my entertainment? Where's my this? Where they that? Well, use your brain.
Hmm.
Use your brain. Dennis Prager said it perfectly right. When someone goes out there, a kid or anyone who goes, "I'm bored," the response back is, "No, you're boring. Use your brain for something." Then, that's the most powerful computer. Honestly, I really believe that there is no man-made machine that will outdo the human brain. And that puts an awesome responsibility upon us.
Hmm.
And we all have our talents. And if we can focus all our mental abilities to that, what can we accomplish? We saw that here in this film, the 1960s. We got men into space, orbiting the Earth, and off to the moon.
Hmm.
And lo and behold, after a couple of landings, what happened? We never went back. And we basically pussyfooted.
Yeah, we become wishy-washy about that particular endeavor, going back to the moon. No, no, it's too expensive. No, 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 it costs too much resources. This, that, and the other.
Mhm. Right. I mean, we had Skylab, but then it's like, okay, boom, let's not expand off of that. Oh, we got the space shuttle. Okay, great. We have a taxi into space. And yeah, it did wonderful things and all that. But no, we can't put a space station up there that's ours. We have to have it international. It's like, which of course delayed that program. How much? If we just went out there and did it seriously, we would have had a better space station up there faster than what we got now. Look at the Chinese.
Hmm.
They got theirs up there. A lot of people probably don't even know that the Chinese have a space station up there. They do.
Yeah, we don't hear about it.
Hmm. And we were held slaves to the Russians for a little bit when we got rid of their shuttles because we had to use their rockets to get into space
Hmm.
until we have, of course, the much hated Elon, Elon Musk. And I think what you sat back and said there, DJ, there was a semi-militarization of space. We had those secret missions, but yeah, I mean, if you went forward with the fervor of colonial England, I know that's horrible and bad, but you had the military, their navy, who also went as explorers and charted space. Or, I mean, charted the Earth. We need to have that. We need to have that like Star Trek. We got to quit sit back like Gene Roddenberry eventually did. He never did it originally with Star Trek, but he besmirched the military as Next Generation came along. It's like, they're not military. As a besmirchment because the military is all stupid people that want to kill things. No, like Kirk, a military man who's also an explorer. We need that
Hmm.
again. We need that drive.
Well, even the interior of the Enterprise was more akin to the interior of a naval ship.
Hmm. Right. In fact, the Navy took cues off of that and started taking a look how that would work for them and other things. Computer centers, base. I mean, in it by itself influenced our military. That bridge of the Enterprise, and there's nothing wrong with military.
No.
There's nothing wrong with the military if it's used right, and that comes into the hand of what government is now running our country. Who's in there? Do you want someone
Hmm.
for peace, or do you want someone who's part of the military industrial complex? Well, if you have someone that's in for peace, It's a wonderful tool to be able to advance, like Theodore Roosevelt did with his Great White Fleet, sailing around the world, saying, "Hey, no, we're cool, but this is a sign. If you decide to f with us, we're going to f back."
Mm-hmm.
Speaks awfully carry a large stick, and really, the Russians tried militarizing across the board, but yet, even they came stagnated. But they had other little problems. Their economy.
Yeah.
They had that wonderful space shuttle they came up with, the Baran, which unfortunately now is destroyed under the building that it was in because everything crumbled and fell. A second shuttle that was almost ready to go, and then you had two more shells as they were working along, which are still in existence. But
Mm-hmm.
no, that came to a stop. Well, that would have continued on, but Soviet Union fell, communism fell. Communism is crap. Um, no, we need to get this out of the bureaucracy. We need to encourage privatization. I know that's a horrible word, but look what Elon's doing with privatization.
Yeah, he's continuing the space program under his terms.
Right, and then you look at the old cow, Boeing. My God, those astronauts would have died coming back home. The great spaceship they sent up there had cracks, and then look at some of the qualities they're having with our aircraft, and it comes
Yeah.
down to three little letters: DEI. As you're being sucked out a door of a 737 because everything went wrong, at least you can go out with a smile knowing, hey, this is diversity. That's why we need the best. I don't care what color they are. I don't care what gender they are. You want the best, and you better,
You need the
better,
best.
right, and you
I'm
better
I'm
put
not I'm not qualified to be an astrophysicist.
I'm barely qualified to watch these things going up into space. It's like I'll let the people that know this a lot better. But the thing is you have to leave your feelings at the fucking door if you're going to do
Mm-hmm.
this. And this is the perfect example right there. You need to leave it there. It's not necessarily personal. It's just this is how it's done. And as I said, these are temporary. You get shuffled around because your usefulness in this area is now over. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now we're going to see about where we can put you next.
Lester, good to see you. I hope you were able to see a good portion of the movie with us.
Lester. Where is he? I don't see him.
He's on the Cosme side.
Oh, he's on the Cosme side? Oh, I'm not on the Cosme side. That's why.
I'm trying to pay attention to all the different platforms: Cosme, X, YouTube,
Yeah.
Rumble. Unfortunately, when I pinned the link for the Cosme on the Rumble site, it covers all the chat instead of putting it up in a space where you could see the link, but you also need to be able to see the chat
Mm-hmm.
because the chat currently isn't coming up on EVMux, and we've had that happen before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he came in late, unfortunately, but yeah, he's gonna come in some drone suit he made. You know it. Oh, I knocked it down. Sorry. We
That's
did it
right.
at the
That's
same
right.
time. But no. Well, not only that, DJ, the International Space Station. They're talking about bringing it down. I remember when we were told however long that thing was going to stay up there for years and
Yeah.
years and years and
Yeah.
years and years. One of the good things about Russian technology, at least they can make something that's solid. So when they get dinged by stuff up there, they have a better chance. So it's supposed to be up there for years and years. It's like when you have these stadiums. It's like, oh, we need a new stadium, and they blackmail the place, and they have the stadium, and like 20 years later, the place isn't even paid
I was
off.
ju- I was I
They
was
pull the same stunt.
just gonna mention that the Atlanta Braves, when they moved into Turner Field after the Olympics,
Yeah.
it was almost 20 years later where they're saying, yeah, we need a new stadium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when that was done, everything around that Olympics was done for them, basically, when it came to that arena. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and the same thing with the Minnesota Vikings up here with the Metrodome. So, it is time to put feelings aside and praise achievement and understand that people that have these brains are just a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
You know Elon's a genius because he's in that weird category. And he's entertaining to watch. And yeah, no one's ever 100% right, but the effort's being made.
Mm-hmm.
The effort is to realize that you know that, oh God. Thanks, DJ. Well, what they need to do then, DJ, is get everybody off of there, have the doors all open up, get aired out, and then put repressurize, put more air in, and send the next lot up. And tell the Russians to quit eating the fucking borscht. But no, I mean, we need to stop this bullshit because people are envious because they see people succeed. It's people that succeed that advance us.
Mm-hmm.
Us normal people are great for what we do, but when you have these others that go above and beyond, honestly, if you would have seen some of these people on the street, would you have known that they're all these eggheads? And I'm talking about the women, the black women, the white men. Yeah, there were even black men that were involved in areas. Would you
Mm-hmm.
have, look at the main character? Would you have thought that she was this egghead? No, everyone's amongst us, but don't
No, but
belittle it or
that's where
besmirch them.
you don't judge somebody by their looks. You don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, and when they are successful, don't be petty about it. And we have a lot of petty people
Mm-hmm.
because they're so up their own asses, thinking they're so great. And again, I blame social media and all that for
Yeah.
this. People going out being drama queens because our drama kings. I mean, is that the
It
thing for
works
the
both
men?
ways. It
Yeah,
works both ways.
I
You
know
know,
we use drama queen for both, but is drama king acceptable too? I don't know.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it here.
Yeah, drama queens and drama kings. It's all about me. Blah blah blah. What my life is horrible. Listen to what's going on with me, and so on and so forth, like that. No, we need less of that and more of what we saw. And that includes the average person.
Mm-hmm.
When we didn't have as much luxury,
Well, we need to get our heads out of our asses.
yeah. Well, yeah. See, didn't I have a good idea there, DJ? And I don't work for fucking NASA. If it worked on Star Trek, it can work there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wussies in the whipped. I mean, that's what we got out there, and that's what's leading us, and not just in America, but around the world. Except in those countries that are more authoritarian, like Russia, like
Mm-hmm.
China, like North Korea. Well, which is really authoritarian. But,
Oh yeah.
I mean, uh, you know, they strive because it's a badge of honor to strive and
If we
get
can
better.
strive to accomplish something that no other country has established,
Hmm.
then we're going to do it, and we're going to take pride in doing it. We're going to brag about it.
Right. See, this is why anyone who says that the moon landing was fake, come on, get over yourself. Because if the Russians had even one hint, including up to now, if Putin, ex KGB, walked into the file department and sees all this about how we faked the moon landing, he would let everybody know.
Mm-hmm.
USSR would have let everybody know back in
They
1969.
would have opened up the floodgates to that
Yeah,
information.
right. Oh yeah, in a heartbeat, because this was a badge of honor thing. And don't tell me about any giant worldwide cabal that was involved with it, because Russia, you don't know Russians. Unless they're the ones in charge. If they were the ones that are in charge, they would have been the one that been quote unquote on the moon if you were faking this shit.
Mm-hmm.
They would have done their own faking.
Of course. I mean, to even suggest that the moon landing was shot in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
No. And again, it goes back to people asking, well, why haven't we been back up there? Bureaucracy.
Yep. There's your big enemy. There's your big, oh, we just can't do it. Again, it's going back to what we saw in this film. Excuses.
We need to have the gumption again. The gumption to say, yeah, we can do it. We're going to figure out how to do it, the best way to do it. And not only that, we're going to get our men and women up there and back safely.
Right. We need to quit these stupid conspiracy theories and trying to prove the conspiracy theories and get back to trying to prove how we can do it. Put those minds on how you can do this shit. You want to find out if the Earth is flat? Fine. Make sure you get the proper rocket to go up there.
I was going to say, get the proper spacecraft to get you up into space, and then check out the Earth from the window.
Right. I mean, you might hit the firmament, but, that's a risk you got to take,
Mm-hmm.
No, really. If there, like I said, don't believe, and a lot of historians don't believe in a dark age or back in the day. It was basically fall of Rome, medieval, and then going to the Renaissance. There were still advancements that were being made throughout the Dark Ages that affect us today. It just, the Renaissance was just that explosion, thanks to certain things like the printing press, thanks to other ways they get communications and travel going, which is the big thing. Travel is the most important thing. If you don't travel, if you can't travel, how are you going to get the information back and forth? Oh, you got the internet.
That's the thing.
No, you got the internet. Well, yeah. Show me how reliable the internet is in that matter. Sometimes it's more than that, especially when people want to go into the internet and change things and meaning of things to suit their, again, fucking feelings, not reality. Real science.
Not pseudoscience.
Right. And the one true science out there is mathematics. That's why they try to communicate out in space using mathematical formulations, because that is the universal language. Oh, I got a site for you, Padawannabe. It's called Globe Busters. It is hysterical. I was watching it the other day. They had a guy on there, and he sounded like fucking Barat for a while, that they had on there for a while. It's like, oh, come on. I'm thinking to myself, please, God Almighty, let this be a satire.
Let it be satire.
But unfortunately not. It is a big, true, honest thing. It's like, okay. But you know what my feelings is about that? Fine. Believe that the earth is flat. It's
believe
not
what you want to believe.
Me. Yeah, it's not hurting me. I'm not going to go out there and try to prove otherwise, because you believe yours, I believe mine, and what is that hurting? You're the one that's on the crusade. So be it. We got to get our egos in check. But this is a great movie to show that we need to strive for greatness, and we've been telling everybody. Unfortunately, even the black community. I remember when they were going out there telling blacks not to go to school because you become more white. You're white if you do that. What are you? What are you telling me?
Why
What
are
are you
you
telling them?
holding people back?
Yeah. Why do you want them to be how a lot are out there and just gangbangers and thugs and whatnot? You don't want that. I don't want
Well,
that.
even living where I live, Aaron, I've met white people, I've met black people who
Mhm.
unfortunately can't read, can't
Yeah,
write.
right. We got it out there. And yeah, for some people, they can get by with that. They want to live that. They live that simple life. Okay, fine. But to go out there and encourage it is another. To go out there and tear down people and insult them that if you get an education, you're going to be like this white person. What the hell is that? What the hell kind of racist claptrap is that?
It's bullshit.
Yeah, and it's and across the board, both the blacks and the whites. And yes, they were really doing that. I heard them. When you had the California school system sitting back saying that they have to teach in ebonics because it's genetically inbred them into them. Ebonics, which was
Yeah.
jive, basically, with a fancy name. But you can't teach them. You have to teach them
Oh,
in jive because
tr-
they're not capable of learning. And that's coming from a black woman who's in charge of the stupid school system they had.
trust me, I remember hearing that in the '90s when I lived there.
Yeah,
What the
exactly.
fuck?
That's when it happened. Yeah, you probably heard the same damn thing because that made national news. Rush talked about it. How insane and how stupid that is. How backstepping that is. How racist that is. And it's even worse when it's a black person that's doing it and saying
Hmm.
that. When I heard that, I just sat back and said, "Congratulations. You just gave the triple strikeouts ammunition. And you can't refute it because you said it, it came out of your mouth, and
Hmm.
on top of it, you're black as well." Actually, I'm surprised they didn't run with it. That's the
Again,
biggest surprise
it's
I had.
people. It's people in power who are doing this.
Yeah, you get rid
And
of
the
the
sad thing is, they don't care.
right. No, they want people to be like that. It's easier to take care of a stupid society that doesn't travel. They stay territorial into their area. It's easier to control them. The last thing they want is people to travel because your eyes get opened up a little bit more. You have that
Mhm.
freedom. You can't control a person who is able to go from point A to point B over a long distance. If you keep them in a centralized area there, oh yeah, it's easier. No, we got your quote unquote cage. Welcome to your cage. And while we're at it, let's get that cage even stronger by having, hey, you're Crips, you're Bloods. So you fight for your territory like a
Mhm.
bunch of barbarians.
We're gonna create this dividing line.
Right.
We're
And
gonna
we're going
put
to
you
encourage,
you on this side. We're gonna put you on that side, and then we're gonna let you all have at it.
right. We're going to let you
Well,
kill each other
what
and all
kind of
that.
society is that in this day
Yeah.
and age?
And we're going to corrupt rap music to encourage it even more. And then how much blood has been spilled because of that? Rap stars on down to kids sitting in their house on a couch that gets hit by by a drive by.
Well, even look on social media, you see videos posted, and this is occurring at schools where kids are fighting each other
Yeah.
constantly. I don't remember seeing that much when I went to school.
Oh
But
yeah.
then again, but
Oh
then
yeah.
again, when I was going to school, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have social media.
Yeah, I mean, we every school always has that occasional fight, uh, whatever. Some, and boom is taken care of, but not like we got now.
No. You kidding?
And
When you see the school security running in and you see everybody running to one area, you knew there was a fight.
duck and cover.
Yeah. And there were times where I saw that there was a fight occurring. I'm going the other way.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna head out. And now look at this film. These people. Oh God, I did it, didn't I?
You
I
did.
did it,
You
didn't I?
did. You did. You did. I was just gonna say something, but you caught it.
Yeah,
But the men and women who are involved in this program that eventually went into the Apollo missions, didn't matter if you're a man, woman, yellow, black, brown, purple, green, whatever. You had the job to do, and you
yeah.
had to make sure that it was done right, because any miscalculation could be deadly to the astronauts who were going up into space.
Well, and you want to run around and bitch about how life is unfair for you today, and uh how it's horrible for you today being a person of color in a country where you have multi-millionaire, close to billionaire uh, black people telling you that you're worthless in society. People like oh, Orca. Look at all these sports stars that go out there and they have their millions, and then sit back
Hmm.
and say about how horrible America is and how you can't get an advance in this
Actors,
country. Hmm?
you always have actors, directors,
Yep.
writers
Hmm.
nowadays, speaking out
Well,
against the country, the very country
yeah,
where they've made a very healthy living off of.
like an idiot who's going to be playing Captain America, supposedly, and all going out there and track. Now, go back and look at this. These are people that had real struggles.
Hmm.
They were going through a literal fight to have uh, just the common necessities that we have to be able to go to the bathroom wherever they well, obviously, the women, but there wasn't a sign saying colored or whites only.
No, no,
Uh, uh,
and the distance that Catherine had to go to use the restroom
mhm,
and then get back to where she was working in the area that she was working
yeah,
in
which
heels,
of
in a skirt. It's not like
mhm,
today where we have tennis shoes on.
yeah, and allowed, yeah. There
Hmm.
was actually a dress code.
Yeah.
Oh, but that takes away from my unique personality where I can dress up like everybody else out there. No,
No, there's dress
again,
code and everybody dressed the same.
it comes down to fuck your feelings. There's a dress code. There's a reason why there's a dress code. It's a form of unity. And when, of
Hmm.
course, Kevin Costner's character found out what the hell was going on, what did he do? He went down there and smashed
He
that
went down
sign down.
there, got rid of that sign,
Of course, he was
and then he
blind
put
to it all.
down that mandate
Mhm.
saying, "Now there's no separation.
Right.
We all go into the same bathrooms. We
Mhm.
all go into the same office. We work together."
And he was blind to it all because he was so myopic on the job, he didn't
Hmm.
see the rest of the world around him. Just
That's
like
all
a
he
lot of
was
people in that room.
focused on. That's all he
Yeah.
was focused on.
Hmm.
He had to be focused on that job. Everybody who was a part of that team had to be focused on that job.
Right.
If they had
And
sent John Glenn up into space and the calculations were wrong, he could have died. He could have died on liftoff.
right. A crispy critter.
Yeah.
I mean, look what happened to three Russians when the hatch wasn't quite put on right, and they
Hmm.
came back, it had to decompressurize, and they lost the three astronauts
They did.
that went up. Of course, then you had Apollo one, Apollo, what was it?
I believe it was Apollo 1.
Yeah, Apollo 1. Yeah, on the ground. Boom. Just because the mix, just a simple thing about the mixture of the oxygen and a
Hmm.
spark.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I fixed it now, Mike. I made sure I got that put in there for us. Of course, no sound or anything, so we can talk over it. But I'm
Yeah.
ready. I'm ready. I'm not showing the other one though. You told me not to. And of course, when I
Yeah.
found out what they
Yeah.
did, screw them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, that other one, if it's gonna cause problems, we don't need to use it.
I'll change the music because DJ likes it. He identifies with it. No, but when I'm sorry, I've come to a point where I'm sorry, I ignore all this crap when they scream racist and bigot and all that, and the mewing in the blind and the bleeding that they're sitting back saying out there
Mm-hmm.
because of knowing what people fought for, the advancements they made, and how this generation is destroying those advancements. And again, their own, not to sit back and start saying, breaking it down, but, you know, when you got to that level where the top person on television is Bill Cosby, the top
Mm-hmm.
comic out there is Eddie Murphy,
Yeah.
the top
Well, don't
musical
forget
act.
Richard Pryor.
Oh yeah, Pryor before him, yeah, and Red Fox before him, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and which is great when they did that movie where all three of them were in. And the top singing entertainer was Michael Jackson, and of course, then but it didn't mean you didn't have your Ray Charleses. It didn't mean you didn't have your Nat King Coles. It didn't mean you didn't have your Aretha Franklins. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, you have Prince. Then you have,
Or BB King
oh yeah, how can you forget BB King and Lucille? You can't forget
or Lou
Lucille.
Rawls.
Oh God, yeah, I'll never, yeah, yeah. All right, let's not forget. Hello, children.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put him in there too. I mean,
Or
you
what
got
about
you
Barry
had some of
White?
the great makeup.
What about Barry White?
Yep, exactly. I mean, some of the great makeup music ever
Mm-hmm.
made. And
Aretha Franklin.
look at all disco. I mean, people, but there's some good disco out there. And look how many people, how many, how many black entertainers was in that. You
Mm-hmm.
had Cool in the Gang, Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Yeah.
You had Diana Ross and the Pips.
Mm-hmm.
Loved and listened to, and I mean, it's insane. And then, of course, you can't forget, I'm Rick James, bitch.
Yeah. True.
George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelic. The only thing I was holding in the back was the type of music he had. Wasn't necessarily that he was a black man in music. You know, his music wasn't for everyone, and that's
No, it
great.
wasn't.
But he was the king of where he was at. And I tell you what,
I mean, James
everybody listened.
Brown.
Oh yeah, how could I forget James Brown, man, the Godfather's soul? Oh, and we can't forget ha da ha da ha da ha.
Hi, 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 hi.
Ho da ho da ho da ho.
Hody,
Cab
hody, hody, ho.
Cab Calloway, Satchmo.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
mean,
We are gonna watch Blues Brothers. We definitely
oh
are.
hell yeah! We're on a mission from God. Don't you go blaspheming in here.
We got our smokes. We got our car. We're on a mission from God.
You have a tank of gas.
Yeah. Eh, Elwood Blues, Jake Blues. Of course, you had Cab Calloway in the cast. And
Yep.
James
And
Brown was in it. Yeah.
Aretha.
Don't forget
Mhm,
Aretha.
mhm. Yeah, it's like, and that movie was successful and a monster because of American
I
black culture, the blues. The
I
blues
was
came
gonna say
out of it.
I wouldn't say it was because of Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi. I'd say it's because of
Yeah,
the people you had in it, the talent you had
right,
in it.
right. And the fact that they respected, and not only respected, loved that element of American history, American music, tradition, all that. I mean, they're not mocking it. You can tell John and Dan have their whole soul, and even when they were doing their bits on Saturday Night Live, it was just a bit. But the reason why it was successful, they weren't making fun of it. I mean, they're having fun with it. Don't get me wrong, they're having fun with it, but they weren't
I
making
mean,
fun of it.
you look at Saturday Night Live when they were dressed up as the Blues Brothers. They would sing,
Yeah.
"I'm a soul man."
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Blues Brother 2000 isn't good.
Never
It's
heard of it.
not good.
Never happened. Never happened.
But there were some parts in it that I did like.
I might have to break down. No, I can't do it. I can't do it.
No, I'm not
No,
saying you
no.
have to break down and watch it, but there were some parts I did like, and seeing Aretha Franklin back in it, that was one of the parts I liked.
Yeah. The thing is it was John and Dan who had that love and obsession for it. Landis who understood it, and then bringing in not ringers, but the actual the ringers, the ones that did it,
Hmm.
the ones that paved that way for the whole thing, and
And
that's why it
and
was a monster.
let's give credit to Frank Oz
Oh yeah.
as the director.
Hmm. Oh yeah, and
You
that
you you
and
you
the
could
guard,
you
the
could
guard too.
tell you could tell in Blues Brothers where he just let the camera roll.
You had to. There was an energy there. This is
Hmm.
black culture in America, American black culture.
It's
It grew
American
out of it.
culture. It's
Right.
American culture.
And that's the next step I was going to sit back and say, but not only that, it's American culture. It's a wider thing. People love it. It might not be certain people's, thing. I don't like the blues. Okay, fine. But there's
Yeah.
people, of all walks of life, all colors, all ethnicities that love it. And this film is proof of that. That this is not just black culture in America. It is American culture
Hmm.
because it does affect everybody.
Yes, it
Uh,
does. And
right. A Chicago white guy from a Polish background, a Canadian that came down who believes in UFOs, falling in love, sharing their love for this that helped explode it with that movie.
yep. Yep. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ahead and wrap up this edition of Pacific 4 and 4 Pop Talk and
It's potty time?
what this watch party of Hidden Figures, an excellent movie. If you missed the movie, I highly recommend that you rent this movie. Check it out.
Hmm.
You're not
And
going to be wasting your time.
not at all. And I will ask everybody out there, please think of our brother who's not with us, who is out there doing the Lord's work, Cash Monáe, at that
Mhm.
gaming convention with his father, making sure that the truth, the word, the truth, the light is expressed out there.
Yes.
No bear sex.
And I want to thank DJ Ronnie G, Lady Mist, the Padawannabe, Lester San Jose, the Skeptic Tank for joining us for this watch party. Let's see
You too,
who
Ted.
else we had.
Good people stuff.
And let's see. Okay, just seeing Lady Mist, DJ Lester. Uh, the Lawn Suffering was here. Tree Rock Creations were here. Jace was here. Of course, you were here as well, Baron.
I was. Oh, that's good to
Both
know. I was scared.
both in the chat and on the panel.
Okay, I thought I lost myself. Thank you.
You too, Lady Miss. And again, this is something I want to do and keep doing for Pop Talk is having watch party great movies like Hidden Figures.
Hmm.
There's more to me in the movies I like than just science fiction
And baseball.
and yeah, baseball and being a goofball on stream. I like these particular type of movies, showing the human spirit,
Hmm.
showing you know humans striving to do better.
And just like that, that's a great line. I think we need to pass along that came from that film. We all pee the same color.
Hmm. And before we go, Baron, do you have anything coming up on Baron Ormantag's fandom legacy?
Well, now that you helped me out with my problem, I might not be able to get one out tomorrow, but now you can expect Contraband Police to come back because Mike was my hero. Um, I'm embarrassed to say it was a matter of Baron. unplug it, and plug it into another slot, and it worked. So, uh, but so
I mean,
expect
we
that.
went through other steps too.
Yeah, yeah, we did. We went through a lot
And
of steps, but it ended up being that.
yeah,
So expect contraband police. I expect me to go back to Great Afghanistan and be excellent border crossing. God, to keep your American ways from coming in, your cheap cigarettes, your so-called alcohol. That you come in here, try to pollute us, where we have great cigarettes of our own. We have vodka. We have excellent vodka. And of course, needless to say, you try to put your counterfeit money in. And we laugh at you. We stop you and please. So expect that great, glorious return of Contraband Police on Baron Woman Tag's Fandom Gaming. He's good comrade. He's good comrade making sure this happens. And of course, I have to keep my ears to the ground on both cranky old fans. I am having a sneaky feeling we might not have one tomorrow on Tuesday, but you never know. And of course, Thursday, we have to see how Jason's doing if we're going to be doing the Beyond. So tune in on Wednesday to see if yes, we're going to be doing a Beyond on Thursday. So without no further ado, I bring it back to you, Mike. Back to you,
all right.
Mike.
So on Tuesday on the channel on both YouTube and Rumble at 6 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to try to finish Scroll of a Gun, and we'll see if I'm able to do it. I actually did start a game offline, and I was able to do it offline. But can I do it on stream? Because I got a little bit more to do on stream than I did offline. So
That's called cheating, folks. It's like,
no,
okay, I'll do it this way, and then I
it's
know
called
everything.
it's called practicing and saying, okay,
Yeah,
how do I get up to this area and trying to
yeah.
figure it out.
It's learning. Yeah, practicing. People need to do that more, as Cash keeps telling me.
Yes. And then this Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, we are happy to welcome Maria with Tea and Telly onto the show as our special guest, where she'll talk about her channel. She'll talk
And
about
oh yeah. I was gonna say, don't worry, I won't go, Maria. We just met a girl named Maria. I won't do that. I promise.
But we'll talk about her channel, her likes in pop culture. I know one of the things that she likes is the Orville. So, I'm sure we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about books and also the Zen lifestyle. So come
Ooh,
join us for that. And then on Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern, I've decided I'm going to play some more Marvel Rivals. And I could be playing with some friends. I could start off by myself and then jump in with some friends. So we'll see.
what day?
That's going to be Thursday at 6 p.m.
Thursday.
Eastern.
Well, I mean, if I have nothing going on, I'll go in there and get my butt kicked.
Okay.
You can use me. You can use me
All
as
right, maggot. All right, maggot. I'm going to throw you into the den with the wolves, and I'm going to see how you do.
yeah.
Pick up the slack, tag.
Just please don't be like Cash. Be kinder than that. He's so hard and mean. It's like you guys need to do better.
Yeah, Coach Cash.
He changed his personality.
Yeah. You could tell during those Dark Tide streams when he was getting frustrated because he would let it out.
Oh yeah.
It's like, we're trying, Coach.
And of course,
Jeez.
a lot of them were his screw ups. But he wasn't going to tell us that.
No.
Why would he do that? I mean, no, Cash do that.
No.
Cash
And
do
yet,
that
and
never.
yes, Lady Miss, this was great fun, and it's always great fun to do these watch parties and have folks join us for the watch parties, and you know, check out the movies that we're checking out, whether it be a single movie like tonight or a double header, double feature, if you want to call it, which we are going to be having on March 2nd, where we're going to watch The Haunting and Shaun of the Dead
Hmm.
at 1 p.m. Eastern for that Sunday edition of Pop Talk.
Which is produced by Lady Mist. She's
Yes.
our special producer for that episode. And I was thinking it's a good thing you didn't turn this into a double feature because this would have been a butt breaker. Because I could see what the double feature would have been. This and the right stuff.
I mean, that would have been a good movie, but with this particular movie, I think it stands on its own. It doesn't
Oh
need
yeah,
to have another movie along with it.
yeah, that's true. But the right stuff helps also show exactly what they did too. But and it's in the space race genre, so
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's long, and it would have broken my butt. So by
yeah.
the
It,
way, DJ,
it, it is long.
yeah, and by the way, DJ, what the hell do you do? I still haven't gotten my chair back to my butt groove. You did something scientific crap.
But folks, thank you for joining us. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the like button on the stream. Share out the stream with your friends. And if you're lurking and you like what you heard today, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel or following the Rumble channel or the X channel.
And
And
if you didn't like it, please tell your enemies to subscribe to us because then we'll get even more people. See what I did there? Eh? 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 Thank you. Thank you. They love me.
But folks, we're gonna bid you adieu. Have a good rest of your Sunday afternoon, and remember, on this channel, don't ever give up on me in a game, or ever for that matter, because just when you do, you might miss something.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
I gave up a long time ago.
Oh, that's you, Baron.
Yeah.
Mr. Negativity. He ain't gonna do it.
Yeah. What do you have to say, Cash? Oh, very insightful. Very insightful. You always know when Cash is around. Oh, there he is.
No, he's not here.
He's not. I'm just being an asshole.
Later, everybody.
Hey, take care.